We know for a fact Giants fans are hyped about this guy. Jaxon Dart went crazy in the first half against the Buffalo Bills. Let's hop into the film and see what he did right, what he's got to work on. But before we do that, only 2.1% of viewers are subscribed to the channel. So if you are not subscribed, please take a second, hit that subscribe button. Let's hop into some film. Starting off with an RPO with the first throw from Jaxon Dart. Nice and easy, bottom of the screen. Let's break it down. First throw of the game for Jaxon Dart. It's going to be an RPO. Usually we would be reading this linebacker right here. On this play, they're gonna change it up a little bit. This safety is also down here, so we got to pay attention to him. But we're reading either one of those guys. If they hang out and drop into a hook zone in this area, we are going to hand it off to our running back. Or if they stay over here and this guy gets out like they do on this play, we're going to go ahead and throw the curl. This guy's going to motion out here and then go on a curl route. Jaxon Dart hits the easy completion over the middle. Good start to his preseason game. All right, into the next one. This one, the throw, isn't great. Obviously not accurate, but there is one thing I really, really like about this play, and it's how he stays on his line. All right, the Buffalo Bills are back in this cover one man, which they absolutely love. Usually in the preseason, you do see some more vanilla defenses, which is understandable why. Usually guys will pick one play and kind of stick with it. With the Raiders, it was cover three. The Bills, it is going to be cover one man. What the Giants have drawn up to beat this, it's going to be a couple in routes over the middle. Going to be a little shorter in route. Oh, pretend that was yellow. A little bit of a shorter in route from our tight end here, Greg Dulcich. We're going to send our wide receiver on a farther dig route. Send this guy out, our X receiver out on a go. We're going to get a deep out route from our wide receiver in the slot. And then our running back is going to be on a flat route. We're going to set up a flood concept over here. The flood concept won't matter because we're not facing zone coverage. The man look is we're going to look at our go route, of course, because that single high coverage, we always want to peek what it's called an alert. You want to, as soon as the ball is snapped, you're going to take one quick look at this guy and go, did he get a completely wide open release? If so, we're going to throw him the ball. If not, which more often than not, he will not get a free release. We're going to look somewhere else. Usually you're going to hope this guy gets open, but then you're going to start checking over at these guys, just see who's open. We know, of course, that Jaxon Dart is going to hit this in route, but what we really need to focus on when we're watching this play is watch how Jaxon Dart stays directly on this line right here. What you want to do is you want to make sure that when you catch a snap, you have to drop straight back, and then when the pressure comes, you have to step straight back up into the pocket. Your offensive linemen, they are coached and they're trying to block for you in the pocket, make it easy on them, stay in the middle. It's really tough for a lot of young quarterbacks. We watched Drake May did this really well in the preseason last year, but most quarterbacks really struggle with it. So it's great to see Jaxon Dart using his footwork properly here and just staying on his line. It's a very good play. And of course, hitting that backside in is always difficult for quarterbacks, young quarterbacks, not even just rookies. Next play here. I would like to see him get rid of this. I mean, that guy is open. It's tight, but he's open. On this play, we got the Buffalo Bills showing a three-high safety look. I believe this is cover three. Honestly, don't quote me on that. Not 100% confident with that. But what does matter is we have a deep safety up here. We have a hook zone down here, and we only have three routes coming out on this play to deal with it because we are going to be running a play fake to our running back, and we're going to be running what's called a split zone, or we're faking a split zone run, which is where we have a tight end in motion. We're going to send him across, and he would be blocking someone here if this was actually a running play, but it's not. That's part of the fake. What we have for this passing play, because it is a play action pass, first, we have a vertical route just to clear out the zones over here. Most importantly, get rid of this deep safety. Under it, we're going to have the tight end, or the running back. He's going to try to drag down whatever's down here. I'm sorry, I actually drew this guy's color wrong. He's on a curl zone, not a hook zone. So our goal here is we want to have our safety. We want him to travel with this deep route back here. And then we want to get this curl zone. We want him to get up into the flat because that will reveal our third and final route over the middle. If we can get these guys wide open, if we can get these two defenders cleared out, we're going to have this wide open. And that's what happens here. I'd like to see Jaxon Dart see this a little bit earlier so he's able to throw the ball in here. This is open in the NFL. Let me get some of this writing off the screen. So this is open right here in the NFL. We do want to make this pass. What Jaxon Dart is looking at now, he's going to see this ball a tiny bit late. We can see he sees it right here. Right here he sees it and he pats it. Here he pump fakes it. The reason why he doesn't throw that is because we have seen it late, and at this point in the play, our deep safety right here has seen it too. If he throws it right here, instead of pump faking it, he's going to get his wide receiver absolutely lit up. It's, if you're going to see it late, it's the right move to hang on to it. I just want to see him see this earlier so he can make a huge play out of this. Now let's talk about the play that everyone's talking about. The touchdown, the bomb, contested, takes a hit, puts it right out for his guy. Perfect placement. Love this play. All right, let's break down the play that everyone's talking about. First of all, our defense is going to be more standard cover one man from the Buffalo Bills. We'll draw out our zones. Let's draw out our man defenders here. Fortunately, we do have another good play called for this because the Giants at this point, getting close to the end of the first half, we are expecting this kind of look, this kind of defense. So let's talk about the backside here. We have a deep curl from our outside receiver and then a not as deep curl from our tight end on the line of scrimmage. Remember, when you turn to the inside towards the middle of the field, it is a curl route. When you are turning the other way like this, that's when it is a comeback route. That's the difference between those two routes. What we have on our strong side of the field, we have a curl route from our slot receiver here. And then we have the route that Jaxon Dart decides to go with, which is this deep go route. Great route to throw anytime you get single high man coverage, because if you are able to beat this corner off the rip, it's going to be tough for this defender to get over there and make a play because he has to be responsible for everything over here and everything over here. Really all he's going to be able to do is make a tackle if someone's running after the catch. If you throw a bomb like this or have a route combination like this where you have two guys threatening deep, we have number 1 and 2 threatening deep, that's when it's just impossible to play this type of coverage. Great play call by the Giants. Great throw by Jaxon Dart under pressure. This play deserves all the hype that it's getting. Love that one. Let's talk about the play where he's going to take off with his legs. One of the reasons why he was drafted in the first round was because he can run as well. But there's actually something that he may have missed here. The Bills on this play finally decide to get out of that cover 1 man that they're playing. They get into a cover 3. I'm going to draw it out real quick just so we can see what it is. 3 high safeties, curl zone under. We're going to have our safety here in a curl zone. Or not, that's actually a linebacker. Safety here isn't going to be in a curl zone. And then we're going to have hook zones over the middle of the field. Remember that. What the offense has to set up here on we're going to draw out the backside here because the backside is what the play is actually being ran to, which is this curl flat concept. We're going to have a curl and then our running back here, curl flat concept. We have another curl over the middle. The way this is going to be read is first you read the guy in the middle, you check these 2 linebackers. One of these guys are going to stay in. One of the other guys are going to either, drop out or he's going to blitz. He going to do something else. But you want to read this linebacker and see, does he squeeze this curl or is he going to drop out to the flat here? And if he drops out to the flat, you're going to throw the curl. If he decides that he is going to squeeze right here and stay on this tight end curl, then you're going to go to your curl flat read. And what we need to do here is we now have to read this defender is right here. If he goes back and takes the curl route, we're going to throw the check down. If he steps up and takes the check down, we're going to throw it over his head. Unfortunately, on this play, you might be counting it. We have 1, 2, 3 pass catchers, and they have 1, 2, 3 guys to defend this. So unfortunately, it's completely busted on the backside. There's absolutely going to be nothing open over there. What's more important, or what I'm looking at here, so this play is kind of blown up from the backside perspective, but on our strong side of the field, we have a post wheel concept. So we have a post route from our X wide receiver. Then we're going to send our flanker on a wheel route behind him. And what this is set up to do is we are trying to force a miscommunication from our safeties. And that's actually exactly what ended up happening on this play. What this is usually going to happen here is we want this safety right here. We want him to, let me circle him. We want him to follow the post route to clear this wheel route and sneak the wheel route in behind the cover 3 defense. Now, the safety is actually going to see he's going to diagnose what's happening, and he's going to right here. He knows that he is a guy running by him, and he can see the wheel route coming. He wants to take the wheel route. So we can see he right there. He looks to his right. He peeks and makes sure and confirms that he does have help from his buddy here, the deep safety, and he's going to go ahead and attempt to pass this receiver off to the deep safety so he can take away that wheel route. But the deep safety gets caught ball watching, and he lets the guy go right by him. This is what it would be really tough to see, especially when Jaxon Dart is, currently slipping right now. The point I'm trying to make here, I'm not saying Jaxon Dart missed anything, because this is really, really tough, even for a veteran. But I'm just saying, imagine if instead of taking off here, he threw a nuke. Could you imagine if he hit that? It's definitely possible. I mean, he already had a great game. Giants fans would be on top of the world if he made that throw. Jaxon Dart, of course, still turns into a really good play. But watching the film, I know it's a film thing, not a real life thing. In real life, that throw is never happening. But I get a little bit excited looking at that and wonder what could have been on this play. Yeah, you guys don't have to say in the comments. I know it's never happening. Let's break down our next play here, where Jaxon Dart is going to be facing a shift in the safety coverage from the Bills. All right, on this play, the Buffalo Bills are going to be shifting their defense. They're starting off with a 2-high safety look, but they're going to rotate into something different. They're actually going to come and bring this safety on a blitz and then send this safety back into a 1-high look. But what I love about this play is when this safety blitz comes, Jaxon Dart knows exactly where his answer is. He knows he has his slant route over the middle, and exactly what you want to do on any defensive back blitz. You want to throw right over the head of the blitzer, because more often than not, they have just vacated a zone that we want to attack. What I love about this play is it proves that Jaxon Dart has a plan. You can see as soon as the ball is snapped, he is looking where he's supposed to look, knows exactly what he's doing. Good play by Dart. Getting into our next one here. This is going to be just another example of him playing quarterback at an extremely high level, even though he's only just a rookie. Best throw of the day here from Jaxon Dart. Bills are showing a 2-high shell, but they're actually going to switch that into a 3-high cover 3 when the ball is snapped. Let's draw it out here. So we got a curl zone from that bottom safety. We're going to draw another curl zone up here. We're going to have 2 hook zones over the middle. We're going to send those 4 rushers. Let's draw out what the offense has drawn up to break this. So starting with the backside of the play here, we have 3 receivers down to the bottom of the field, but we are going to send our running back to the other side. Some of the Giants, I'm noticing they love doing that. They love starting their running back on one side and bringing him into the flat on the other side. We're going to have a cross here from one wide receiver, and then our X receiver is going to be on a dig route behind him. On the backside of the play, we're going to have a go route, another concept that these Giants love. A go route paired with a little curl type thing, a little, whoop, a little bit one of those. But what is amazing about this is Jaxon Dart stepping up to hit this shallow cross. I mean, absolutely amazing. The dude is getting smothered, and he's going to snuggle this pass in here right in between our 2 hook zones. He's just going to dime them right down the middle. This play is not getting talked about enough. This is, for me, this is just as impressive as his touchdown throw was. Final play here. Oh, that drag route. I mean, Jaxon Dart is having a great day, but this is one of his few misses. What we're facing here is going to be a cover 1 man, cover 1 corner here, man coverage across the board the rest of the way. And what is going to happen on this play here? We have a perfect play dialed up to beat this. Down to the bottom of the screen on our strong side, we have a go route, who if we get an outside release, we get clear, we're going to be able to throw it right over the top, and this guy is not going to be able to get over there on time. Also, we have that combined with an out route here, and then 2 in routes from the backside. All of these 3 in routes, or 2 in routes, out route, they're all runaway routes. They're all really good against man coverage. That's all great, but what's most important about this play is when we watch it, these 2 out routes, I mean, this is technically an in route, but what's really going to happen is this tight end is going to fly off the ball and pretty much set a pick for our other receiver here. We're going to completely take this cornerback out of the play, and it's going to leave a wide open man over the middle for Jaxon Dart. Unfortunately, he misses him. I mean, contested pocket, it's his first preseason game, still played very well. One of the very few misses for him right here on this play. Yeah, Giants fans are super excited for this guy. I mean, he played a lot better than I thought he could play in his first preseason game. Excited to see what he's going to bring to the table in week 2, week 3 of the preseason. I mean, This guy has to start at some point during the regular season, and we will be breaking those plays down when they happen as well. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and thanks for watching.